morning, Brew. How you feeling, buddy? Feeling okay? You tired? Look, oh, he's tired. All right. Well, we'll do something a little different today with this whole thing. We're gonna do the eating. We're a week out from, or a few days out from the DC Grand Prix. DC Capital. Fix this fucking camera angle and set this shit up. DC Capital Grand Prix. As of right now, I feel like I've successfully put on some size since the Delmarva, which was 2 weeks ago. It's probably about 3 or 4 pounds of, I feel, pretty solid. I'm still as dry as I was. It's mostly just fullness due to carbohydrates and water back in the muscle, and trying to keep that balance of staying as, you know, full as you can, but staying hard. So, like I said, we're gonna try something a little different today as far as this video. I want to do something which is like a lifestyle video, which it's gonna have some stuff about my diet and shit like that, but it's gonna have some real life shit stuff too that's going on, because as of yesterday I had to go back to the vet and get Bruno some more medications. He hasn't been doing the best. I mean, he's dying. Let's face facts. He's not doing well. He's at the end of his lifespan, and he's in pain because of his joints. He's probably scared. You know, he's got skin issues, eye issues, shit like that. So, you know, I'm competing this weekend. You know, my instant thing is to say, stop competing, fucking do this, do that. You know, I go to the gym train for an hour a day. I have to go to work. I mean, I'm not really taking time away from him. It's in Laurel, Massachusetts. Laurel, Maryland, which is like 15 minutes away from here. I'm not staying at a hotel and stuff. But it's hard to stay on track and do shit and try to focus on controlling your body when you're going through this, you know, with Bruno too. Now, here's some interesting shit. I want to kind of put this out there. So our vet, and I'm off camera right now, our vet, Dr. Carrier, is so amazing. She doesn't want him to have to come back to the vet, to the office itself, because it stresses him out. She wants him to live as stress-free as he possibly can for the rest of his days. So she actually gave me full bottles of gabapentin, tramadol, which is a opiate-based painkiller. This is like a 500 tablet bottle. Like, this is the bottle they have at the vet that they give you out of for your prescription. And this thing, which is called Adequan, which is for the joints. They give it to racehorses. It's for like arthritis and joints. And as you can see, it's actually an injection, which, you know, kind of freaked me out at first. I mean, being on TRT is not a big deal for me to give myself a shot. You know, diabetic shots and stuff like that. I have family members that are diabetic. It's not that big of a deal. My mom's a nurse. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. But to give Bruno a shot was probably one of the scariest things that I've ever had to do in my life. And I knew, you know, it wouldn't hurt him. It wouldn't kill him. But, you know, you're giving medical treatment to your best friend. It's just kind of a scary predicament to be in. It's kind of a freaky situation. We did it. We got it done, and everything was fine. He's good, but, you know, coming home after the vet to give him a shot was very sobering to me, I guess you could say. It was scary. A lot more scary for me than it was for him, and I'm sure I felt worse about it than he did. I don't think he really even gave a shit at all. So we get that done, and, you know, we just took him outside. He would do his little morning walk and stuff. You can see he was really tired and stuff, and I did my cardio first. He was still in bed. That's usually how he does it. So we're going to start off our day today with our carb depletion for the show. Now, not calorie depletion, which is what I've done in the past. In the past, I calorie depleted to try to keep that muscle off, to make sure that I was actually burning muscle tissue for fuel. That's not what we want right now, okay? So while the carbs go down, because we want to make sure that you try not to spill over as much as possible for the show in, you know, a few days, we're going to carb deplete, not calorie deplete. So what I'm going to do is, since I raised my protein up, I've noticed that, yes, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, more muscular. I mean, basically the muscle is coming back, which is what's happening. Muscle memory is pretty badass, especially since you've been building muscle for 20-something years. So I'm going to do a scoop and a half of, a little bit more, MTS Red Velvet Whey, which is one of my favorite first thing in the morning flavors. I love the red velvet anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Cookies, fucking muffins, cupcakes. If it's red velvet, I'm into it. We'll stir that shit up. I probably should have got the fat set before I stuck this fork in the fucking in the protein shake. I haven't done this for a while, so this is completely, I don't say new to me, but it's completely, you know, something I haven't done for a while. So I don't really have a system yet, so we're going to learn as we go. And I'm going to use the Buff Bake Snickerdoodle Protein Almond Blend. Okay, basically this is almond butter with chia seeds and flax seeds in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my carbohydrates with fats today. Now I'm not going to measure because I usually don't measure, so I don't even measure the carbohydrates usually. So I'm going to take about that much fats, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's dense calories. So essentially my first meal is that with my first meal. That's pretty fucked up. My first meal is that with my red velvet protein shake. And that's going to hold me over to my next meal, which is going to be, it's going to be oatmeal, but I'm going to reduce the oatmeal to like 18 grams instead of like 36 grams like I normally have. So we're going to make that little change for the next one. And we're going to give Brew all his meds right now to get him set up. He's going to take painkillers. He's going to take Benadryl for his allergies. He's going to take the gabapentin. He's going to take his new antibiotics that he has for his skin, eyes, and ears. I mean, he's got a gambit of medications that we got to take, but you don't really pay attention to. You just kind of adapt with him and go with it, but it's really tough to watch. So we'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, it's time for the second meal of the day. Bruno is now taking his third nap of the day. I just got off of Skype with Daniel, who's out in, fix this fucking camera angle, who is out in Delaware. It's time for that second meal. So what we're going to do is, although we're technically getting ready for the show, carb-wise, we're going to keep it a little bit slightly lower than what I've been doing for like the last 2 weeks, but not low like I was for the last few competitions. So we're going to go with oatmeal before the workout again and my egg whites. Instead of 2 packets, which is what I normally do, we're going to go a packet and a half. Measure that shit up like that. It's about a half. And then we're going to add a little bit more fats from the Buff Baked almond butter, fucking chia seeds, blah, blah, blah bullshit. And while we're getting this, kind of going to do like some of the lifestyle stuff still. The part of life that's going on during this contest prep that we'll talk about. So I don't even have to make separate videos about it because it fucking doesn't matter. We'll just talk about shit. It's the whole Vegan Gains Furious Pete thing. Now, I got several emails about this situation, about what Vegan Gains was saying to Furious Pete, about Furious Pete, the videos he made about Furious Pete. And fuck yeah, it pisses me off. It pisses me off to no end because I know Pete personally. Like, I fucking hung out with him. Like, I know him as a fucking friend. When his dog Furious needed the fucking surgery, I was one of the first people to fucking hop on his fucking page and donate money to fucking have Furious get his surgery. I mean, that's, you know, what I think of Pete. And to hear some of the shit that he was saying, I want to stop and say, you know what, this is all for shock value because nobody is that big of a dick. I mean, let's say sex, I can be a fucking dick. I can absolutely be a dick sometimes. But even I, as dick as I am ever at all times, is not as big a dick as the fucking Vegan Gains do. It's just not possible. So I want to say, we're going to do egg whites too. That's what I'm making over here again, egg whites. So, the deal with this whole thing is, it doesn't bother Pete. I talked to him. I spoke to him. It doesn't bother him what this guy Vegan Gains is talking about. So basically, he's just drawing negative attention to himself by making these videos. So fuck Vegan Gains and all that, but hashtag fuck Vegan Gains. But the thing is that when all is said and done, the relationships that you build over the years, the people that you interact with, people that you let into your circle, people that you remove from your circle, things that go on in your life, that's what matters, okay? Not YouTube, not bullshit in the gym, not competitions. That's the stuff that really matters. And that's what you learn as you age and you get more mature, that those relationships and experiences in general are what really counts. And the thing about it is the experience that people are having from the Vegan Gains thing now is a bad one. You know, it could have been something great for this guy if he had kept his mouth shut and just, you know, pushed his agenda the right way and just kind of put it out there. Even Durian Rider, who can be real fucking weirdo sometimes, doesn't wish death on people if they don't want to fucking do the vegan diet. So the experience that's happening right now is bad. The people that, you know, are removing themselves from the Vegan Gains circle, that's bad for Vegan Gains and everything else in between. He may not even care because he's a sociopath. He doesn't even care about people, so it doesn't fucking matter. But bottom line is, it's not affecting Pete. It doesn't affect me. He's not fucking wishing death on me. I mean, I wish he did wish death on me. That would be fucking good. That would be good if he wished death on me. I fucking almost dared him to wish death on me. But I'm still gonna eat my fucking meat anyways, and Me and Pete, the way we left it after I asked him about the situation and how he felt was, you know, I told him flat out, you know, my dad is a cancer survivor, my aunt is a cancer survivor, my cousin, my grandfather is going through cancer treatment right now, and you know, my grandfather, not only is he beating cancer right now, he beat MRSA and pneumonia all at the age of 96. So I told Pete to stay positive and fight, because, you know, fuck, he can be a survivor just like anybody else can. You just gotta stay positive and fight your ass off and hope that everything works out in the end. And at some point, me and Pete will be sitting there fucking wherever we are at an expo or wherever the fuck we're at, eating a burger together. Fuck. Hashtag fuck vegan gains. Okay, y'all. That's my southern accent, y'all. Even though I'm from the northeast. Time to get this shit ready on the road. Get to the gym. Today's actually a depletion workout. Which, like, Jerry, you're fucking... I left the refrigerator open. See what ADD does to you? Leave the fucking refrigerator open like an idiot. I was going to get my chicken out of there. And left the fucking fridge open. I'll just put both pieces of chicken in my ISO bag. So I'll have carbs after my workout. And then the next meal I'll have no carbs. And then when I get home I'll have carbs again. So I'm kind of teetering on a little less carbs than the last 2 weeks. But not as low as I was for like the Delmarva. Like for the Delmarva, to get in the condition that I wanted to be in, because I knew that there might be some guys that are, you know, decent size there, but I knew I said I'll beat them with conditioning, which is exactly what happened. I thought I'd have to come down a little bit. I came down a little further than I had to, let's just put it that way. So now it's a matter of just trying to maintain the fullness that I have while, you know, maintain the fullness I have while maintaining the hardness, and then losing a little bit of water at the end. Not even drying myself out like I normally dry myself out. So what we're going to do is the shake for my post-workout is going to be my regular shake, which is my real food from 5% Nutrition and NTS. Is it Ultimate Whey or it's just NTS Whey? Machine Whey. Okay, maybe it's made from a machine. Oh, builds machines. Alright, fuel for the machine. I'm fucking half retarded sometimes. Maybe all this dieting has started to get to me a little bit. So I'm actually not even going to measure and weigh out the real food. I'm actually just going to take about that much on the scoop. Which again is not a whole lot of carbs, but it's enough to put a little more in there. Fucking live on the fucking edge. I'm on the wild side a little bit. And then protein wise, we're going to go 1.5 scoops again, since we increased the protein. Which I think a lot of people forget, that carbs don't actually build muscle. They spare protein. They spare amino acids. They spare muscle tissue. But to build muscle itself, you need the building blocks of muscle, which come from protein and are called amino acids. This is a little lecture for you guys, a little lesson. And if you don't have the amino acids you need when you need them, you do not build muscle. You spin your fucking wheels. It's a giant pain in the ass, and you call yourself a heart gainer. That's kind of how that works. But the thing is, if you take in too much protein, it converts to glucose. When it converts to glucose, it's either used for fuel or deposited as fat on your body. You do not piss out. I'm so sick of hearing this, like, oh, you just excrete extra protein. If you're pissing out protein, you're breaking down protein in your body somewhere, you have a medical problem. Okay, that's not, you don't just take whey protein and whatever you don't digest, you piss out. That's not how that works. So especially if your body's like glucose deprived and you're taking in too much protein, it turns it into glucose. It uses it as a fucking fuel source. Which, if you're using the protein for a fuel source to get your body to move and contract the muscles, etc., and you need it for your muscle, but you're contracting it and using it for glucose, you don't have enough to build muscle. So again, it's a game of pluses and minuses and counts as to what you're going to get in to be able to build muscle or not. And you know what? It is not an exact science. It's fucking not. It's not a this macro, that macro, weigh this. It's not. As much as people think it is, it's fucking hit or miss. Because I've seen people count everything to a fucking T, and I'm doing it right now counting nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And I used to be macro fucking crazy when I was younger. Before people even counted macros back in fucking 95, 94, 95, 96, people didn't know what the fuck macros were. They were macronutrients, but they didn't call them macros. I was fucking writing shit down, calculating everything to a fucking T, trying to be super scientific about it, and my fucking gains sucked. I couldn't control my body like I do now. I control it now instinctively, but I mean, what the fuck? I mean, of course, if you added this shit up, there's numbers that go to it, but you don't have to know the numbers, especially when you know your body. So that's the post-workout meal, real food, and we got all kinds of lectures and fucking real life shit going on here. So I think it's important to make these things, these dieting videos, not just about food, these days of eating, because it's fucking boring. Let's face facts. There's a lot of guys out there that literally a day of eating number fucking 535. So who fucking cares? You're eating the same fucking food. Even if you're not, you're eating food. Big deal. What are you, a fucking food critic now? You're going to give a review after as to what they fucking taste like or what you should do? No. I mean, it's interesting to a point, but not so much after that. So let's do the blue raspberry kill it for our pre-workout today. And we're going to do this. Oh yeah. We're going to do this hardcore style. The way the 5%ers like to do it. None of the fucking 5%ers like to drink this shit whatsoever. They all like to fucking take it and just throw it in their mouth. So we're going to do one, like 1 1/4. Ah. Oh, I love blue raspberry. That's concentrated as fuck when you do that. It's like the second time I've done it. It's the same reaction both times. Oh. Oh boy, that's a bite. Cool, so we'll get to the gym in the next half hour. Put this shit to good use with the depletion workout, which is a full body workout that I do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then I'll actually start carving up Wednesday right after the workout. So I did cardio this morning, depletion workout, cardio tomorrow morning, depletion workout, Wednesday morning, just the depletion workout, and then I start carving up. And that's how I get ready for that peak week thing. All right, so let's get this shit packed up, and then we're gonna go tanning after my clients. So I got to train. I got 3 clients, then tanning. So it's not gonna be a while before I get back home for that last meal. So make sure I pack enough macros with me. As Laura would say, I got to pack all the macros with me and get them on the road with me. And then we'll get back here later on and have that last meal of the day. So we'll see you soon. I just got back from the gym now. It's about 9 o'clock. Actually, just got back from tanning. It's about 9 o'clock now. Did my depletion workout, trained my clients, went tanning. Now it's time to have another meal. And I'm actually a little flatter than I want to be, so I'm actually going to have a little more carbs than I planned on having tonight. So I think I'm going to have Ezekiel bread too, which I wasn't planning on, but I'm going to go ahead and have it anyways. I don't want to flatten out too much during this process because then it's too hard for me to fill up for the last couple days to carb up. It literally takes me a long time because I'm using clean foods to carb up. So I'm going to have one of these wraps again, which I usually have at night. And it's a low carb wrap that has like 15 grams of fiber or something like that in it with, you know, I don't know. We'll check the macros. And I know I talked about this in another video, but hi, Brew. It's time for you to eat too, buddy. Yeah, as soon as I come in the door, it's time for Brew to eat. 8 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fiber, and 3 grams of fat. So what I do is I take the piece of chicken and I cut it up and dice it up into this little wrap here. Wrap it up with some Walden Farms blue cheese on it. And then basically that's how I eat that. And I'm going to have a couple slices of Ezekiel toast with it. I'm going to cut the fats down on this meal specifically because I'm going to have a little more carbs with it. So that'll be pretty much it for that. I know, buddy, I know. And then we'll figure out what I have later on. I don't know if I'm going to have Quest bars or maybe oatmeal and egg whites again later on. We'll see how this plays out as far as how full I get. I know, buddy, I know. Bruno's over there whining because he knows I'm on camera talking. You want to see somebody? I say something? Say hi? Come here. Come here. Want to say hi to everybody? Go ahead, say hi. Tell them that you just ate too. Tell them, say I just ate, and I have goop hanging from my mouth. It's time for me to eat again. And I like to sniff Dad's finger. Even if you put it in his nose, I still sniff it. Gross. So we'll sign off for today, and we'll see where this all winds up this Saturday at the DC Capital Grand Prix, show number 5 for the season. Bigger batted package, we'll see. Biostraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com is a blog. It's a let's see how the 5th show turns out bicep, and we're out.